Karen Marie Mitchell was born on November 30th, 1980. Karen's mother, Mary Mitchell, raised Karen and her older brother James. The family moved frequently around the Southern California area as Mary balanced being a working single mother with raising her two children. When Karen was around 13, she began to act out, so it was suggested that Karen move in with her aunt and uncle, Annie and Bill Casper, in Eureka, California. Karen seemed to flourish with having a stable environment. She had developed a passion for the environment and had become independent and driven while maintaining her free spirit and kindness. Karen worked hard as she was trying to graduate early from high school and was a semester away from graduation so that she could attend college with plans to study law or political science. Like most teenagers attending school, Karen was on break for Thanksgiving. On November 25, 1997, 16-year-old Karen spoke with her mother on the phone about her plans to attend college and Christmas plans to fly down to see her mother. After Karen ended her phone call, she and her Aunt Annie drove to the Bayshore Mall where Annie owned a shoe store. Karen helped until the early afternoon when she had to go to her job at the Coastal Family Development Center, which was a daycare. Annie offered Karen a ride, but Karen opted to walk since the daycare was only 1 mile away from the mall. Annie told Karen she would pick her up later in the evening, but when evening came, Annie pulled into the daycare and was told that Karen never showed up for work. Karen had vanished without a trace, just 5 days shy of her 17th birthday. Police were notified and the search for Karen began. Searchers and dogs combed the area. Hotlines were established for tips. The FBI even assisted in search efforts. One witness was a retired police officer who reported seeing someone matching Karen's description walking down Broadway Street when a light blue four-door sedan stopped in front of Karen. The sedan was an unidentified model, but possibly a Ford Granada, a Mercury Monarch, or a Nissan with California license plates. Eureka was imprinted on the rear license plate frame. The driver of the vehicle was described as a Caucasian male of small build and was approximately 60 to 70 years old with gray or sandy blonde balding hair. The man had a distinctive nose that was described as having appeared to have been previously broken. The man was wearing glasses and a blue long-sleeved button-down shirt. Karen was seen entering the sedan by the witness. Police completed a composite sketch based on the witness's description. Information and tips became scarce, and Karen's case would go cold. Police developed an unexpected suspect in 1999 when a man named Wayne Adam Ford walked into the Humboldt County Sheriff's Office with a woman's breast in his pocket. Ford was a trucker, and he would confess to the murder and dismemberment of 4 women in the area who were transient and sex workers. Police were unsure if Ford had any connections to Karen's disappearance, so police gave Ford a polygraph test, which he passed. Karen's mother, Mary, visited Ford in prison in 2000 to confirm that Karen was not a victim of Ford's. Mary showed Ford a picture of Karen, to which he replied that she looks like she could be one of mine. At this point, the leads and tips dried up again. Some believed that Karen had simply run away. Sightings of Karen were reported in Tempe, Arizona in the summer of 2001. Karen's mother, Mary, and her brother, James, flew out to Arizona where a motel manager believed that Karen was staying in one of the rooms. Police were notified and spoke to the individual who ended up matching Karen's description but was not Karen. It appeared that there was no activity in Karen's case, but quietly in the background, a suspect and theories about Karen's disappearance began to form. But this suspect would not come to light until March of 2015 when Robert Durst was arrested for murder in New Orleans for the 2002 murder of Susan Berman. Robert Durst is famous for his connection to the disappearance of his wife, Kathleen McCormick, in 1982, and for his acquittal in the murder of Morris Black in 2001. But note that the entire timeline of Durst's crimes is too long and complicated to complete in this video. Durst became widely known with the release of the movie All Good Things that featured a character based on Durst and the release of the documentary The Jinx. Shortly after Durst's arrest, Eureka Police Chief Andrew Mills announced that investigators wanted to speak with Durst in connection to Karen's disappearance. Police did not have definitive evidence to connect Durst to Karen's disappearance, but there were speculative connections between the two. These connections were based on very brittle ties investigated by Matt Birkbeck, who authored a book titled A Deadly Secret, which discusses the crimes of Durst. Durst had ties to Northern California. He owned a home in Trinidad, which is only 17 miles away from Eureka. Durst also had an office located in Eureka. It is believed that Durst flew into the area on November 25, 1997, which is the exact same day that Karen disappeared. Birkbeck was also able to locate credit card receipts that placed Durst in Eureka on the day that Karen disappeared. It has even been rumored that Durst visited Annie's shoe store several times approximately 4 months after Karen's disappearance. Karen was believed to have volunteered at a homeless shelter that Durst was rumored to have frequented. A sex worker in the area stated that she had seen Karen and Durst in the same homeless shelter. Durst was also known to enjoy the company of transients and would hang out in areas where the homeless congregated. Birkbeck also believes that Durst matches the individual on the police sketch conducted after Karen's disappearance. Police have not stated if Durst is an official suspect or not, but insist that they only want to speak to him as a person of interest. Durst has also been connected to another 1997 disappearance of an 18-year-old woman in San Francisco named Kristen Modafferi. Modafferi also disappeared after leaving her job at a local mall, but there was not enough evidence to name Durst as a suspect. Durst remains innocent until proven guilty in Karen and Modafferi's disappearances. To this day, Karen's remains have never been found and her case remains unsolved. A $15,000 reward is being offered for information that will lead to a resolution in Karen's case. If you have any information, please contact the Eureka Police Department.